From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the boss that's here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror from here. Office gossip, Twitter jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. You jump and jump, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Office gossip, Twitter jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa have seen it all. From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror premiere.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Thursday with I Hate It Here. My name's Erika.
I'm Marissa.
Thank you for hopping on the Hotmess Express.
All aboard. Welcome to the Hotmess Express. Choo choo.
All right, guys, here we are, another Thursday. I don't know
Here
what
we
to say.
are.
I'm so tired. Work has kicked my ass this week. I just fuck.
No.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. It's been, I mean, and it's what's crazy is that, of course, it's not like physical labor, right? It's not
Yeah.
like, which I did a lot of when I was in service industry, right? Because you're running around and serving and doing blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Which let me tell you, sometimes that type of job is a little easier than this.
Well, because it's mentally exhausting, right? Like this
Yeah.
this is a mental thing versus that's a physical thing. So
Today I just had like back-to-back meetings. It was nuts. I totally wanted to baby goat it, Merce. I just wanted to just throw myself on this carpet and just lay there forever.
it happens. It happens.
Yes, but luckily we are back on air, which is our little escape, our little fun hour every week.
Every week.
And this week we've got Miss Helen Sita is back.
She's back. I can't wait.
I know we have not had her. She hasn't been on with us, I should say. Like it wasn't us, it was her. She had a lot of stuff to do with her little side hustle and like work and stuff like that came up. So she had to take a little hiatus. But she's been rearing to go, Marissa, for the last couple weeks. She's
Yeah.
our texts have been pretty funny, I should say. So she's ready to come up here. She's ready to let loose. And I can't wait to hear what's been going on with her for the last 2 months.
I know. With Helen, it's like a lifetime, right? It's like you've missed so much and you're like, what kind of life are you living now? Because you never know.
No, I think she could have probably already in 2 months. She probably could have already gotten married and divorced.
Yeah.
Got it annulled.
Yep, absolutely.
But before we bring her on, Marissa, I found this story, of course, on TikTok,
Okay.
which I thought was so funny just because of how it got played out. But like, before we jump into that, I want to ask you, what do you think of ghosting? Wait, should we talk about what ghosting is?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
everybody probably knows what ghosting is,
Well,
right?
no, just explain it. What is ghosting?
So the term ghosting is like when you're dating somebody or, or not necessarily dating somebody. I mean, it could also be a friend. You can ghost people as well. You just decide to you just stop contacting them. You stop making any sort of
effort
or contact, or you just disappear.
Yeah.
Into the ether. So there you go. That's what ghosting is about. So what do you think about ghosting, Marissa?
Eek. Okay.
Have you done it? Are you for it? Are you against it? We've never had this conversation, so I'm curious.
Yeah, we've never had it. So I'm a serial ghoster. I am. I am. I hate it. I shouldn't do it, but I am. Because I'm a very out of sight, out of mind type of person. It's not that I want to ghost you. It's just, first of all, I'm a terrible texter. Like you'll text me and y'all like half the time I don't see it. So I respond like in business days because I'm a terrible texter. So I do it like unconsciously And then I psych myself out because I'm like, eek, it's been too long, or this person texted me like a week ago and I'm barely going to respond. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I mentally respond. So
you know what I do a lot? I like start replying and then my ADD, because I'll like put it down and then I move on and then I forget that I never sent it. I do that a lot.
I do that too. So that's what I'm saying. I don't do it like to be mean or purposeful to be like, I'm going to ignore this person. I just forget. So
okay, but that's like friend wise, right? But like, what about dating? What about when it comes to
dating?
I've
done that too. Yeah.
So you're pro ghosting. You're like, fuck it. I don't need a confrontation. I don't want the confrontation. I don't owe you an explanation. I'm out.
It depends, right? Like if you and I are talking and getting to know each other and we're just at the talking stages, if you ghost me, it's like, it's fine. Or if I ghost you, it's fine, right? Because it's, but I think it depends on the type, right? So if we've gone on a couple of dates or if we're dating, like if we're actually like more than 30 days, more than, certain amount of time, don't ghost me. Don't break up with me via text. Like that is no, that's a big no. But if you're just getting to know someone and you're just like, there's something off about them, I don't need to have that awkward conversation with people about like, you're weird. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Because that's even more uncomfortable. Like, I think that's worse than just not talking to the person.
Okay, so I'm in your type situation, right? Like 1, 2, 3 dates, you ghost, I'm fine, I'll ghost, whatever, right? Just because it's too new to have that confrontation of like, I'm not really feeling this or whatever, right? Like it's just like we went on 3 dates, 2 dates, whatever. But if you've gone on like multiple dates and you've like if it's really progressed, then ghosting I think is so wrong. That's when you got to own up and be an adult. Absolutely. Be an adult and just be like, hey, this last like couple 3 months, 6 months, whatever, have been fun, but I don't really see it progressing, or I don't see the same path that you do, right?
Yeah.
So anyhow, I found this on TikTok, like I was saying, and it was cracking me up. So this girl posts this video. She went on a date with this guy, right? And she just ghosted him. A month later, he sends her a video.
A month later?
A month later. What would you do? And that was her question to TikTok. So let's watch the video and hear it.
Okay. While we watch the video, in the chat, let us know, what do you all think of ghosting? Have you done it? Are you pro it? Are you against it? Let us know.
All right, here we go.
Hey, haven't heard from you in a while. Not like I'm counting the days, but it's been 25. That's fine. I know you might just be a little worried about what you would possibly say to me like as a response. So I actually wrote you a response for you. So here it is. Hey, so sorry I haven't responded in 25 days. You are just such an impressive young man. It's honestly intimidating. The reason I haven't responded to you is because I am worried that I don't think I'm as funny as you, and also I am not nearly as attractive as you. While you are easily a 10 out of 10 looks-wise, I am a measly 8 out of 10. Can you ever forgive me? And will you please go on another date with me? I need to see that glorious hog. Everyone deserves a second chance, and you are no exception. I'm so excited to give you a second chance on our next date, and I will be wearing the shortest skirt imaginable, just for you. Feel free to copy and paste that, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, what would you do if you got that?
He had me because I thought I have very dark humor and I'm very sarcastic. So he had me until he said, I will be wearing the shortest skirt. That is where he lost me.
The 8 out of 10 also, like, at first you think it's kind of cute, then it like turns a corner, right? And
then it starts to get condescending. Like what? Like he should have left it before he got to like the 8 out of 10 and I'll wear the short skirt. Like if you just said, I think it'll be funny and I will laugh and you will definitely get a response.
Yes. But once he turned that corner, I'm like, immediate block.
Yeah.
Immediate block, right?
Yeah.
So she posted that. That's what I would have done. I would have been like, sorry, dude. Like, and it's also been 25 days and 1 date. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so then why are you following up? This is in corporate America. You don't need to follow up on that email. Like, let it go.
We're not circling back, sir.
We're not circling back, sir. Like, let it go.
As a matter of fact, we're going to put a pin on this forever. Speaking corporate lingo.
Yeah.
So, I was like, at first, I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny. Then I'm like, oh no, dude, like you're turning a corner that I don't like. You are condescending. Like, why do you got to put her down? Then the short skirt, and I was just like, you're a total creepo. Fuck that. Like
it turned that corner, and that's where you got, especially when you're playing around with humor, you got to be really careful to not cross that. It's a thin line between being funny and sarcastic to being gross and yucky and getting blocked.
Okay, so I was like wondering, I'm like, was there a joke maybe about like a short skirt? Like, I don't know. Like, did I just miss something? I looked at the comments. She really wasn't like, people were kind of on his side. And then when I first saw it, but then I went back to it today. A lot of comments kind of were like, fuck this guy, block him, right? But so she posted that on TikTok and he saw it.
Okay.
Yeah. So he sent her a response video.
Oh, dang. Okay.
So let's watch that.
Let's do it.
What the fuck? Second off, you still haven't even responded. You just posted that video that I sent you. And third off, everyone's taking my side. So thanks for that, I guess, making me look good. And to catch everyone up to speed, because I'm sure you're going to post this one too, this is a reenactment of what happened at the end of our one and only date. Enjoy.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun.
Well, this is me, but we should have another date. I'd really like
Yeah,
that.
I'm free next week. Let's go bowling or something. I'll text you.
Yeah, I'm free. Maybe next time I could see that hog of yours.
I'd like for you to see my hog. Yeah, I'd like that a lot. And I want to show you my hog, like right now, but I'm not going to.
Be my guest.
Kidding. Save the hog for the next date.
All right, there it is. What do you think?
Oh my God, no, I was just joking.
Yeah, you're right. I was joking too.
But seriously, it's already in my calendar, and I'm gonna text you tonight. Okay?
Okay.
I'll be waiting for that text. And then she never texted me.
You're like speechless.
Sir, no.
Mm-mm. Don't do that.
It's like when you see people, or when you leave a job and you're like, yeah, let's keep in touch, knowing damn well you're never keeping in touch. That's what it gave. That it wasn't like, hey, I'm interested. Hey, like.
He takes him too far. Like, he doesn't know when to stop. Like, the first 10 seconds of like, what the fuck? You posted it and you still haven't responded. Like that, like he could have added something quick and funny and then ended it there. But like to reenact like the end of the date and the whole hog thing, I'm just like, no, sir. Again, block. Which again, was like similar to the first one. The first part of it was funny. He should have ended it there, and that's it. But he doesn't know how to stop himself.
He has no social cues, and it shows, right? And I think when we talk about why people can't interact and why it's hard to date, this is why, because this is giving creepy, stalky behavior that you're like, I don't even want to put myself in that situation ever again. Right.
No.
It's because it's, you guys have to understand that as women, it's not like you guys think, oh, I'm going to go for a walk. And you guys don't think something's going to happen to me. Right. Like as women, we have to be, who's my surroundings? Is it too dark? Who's going to be there? Like there's so much, there's so much happening in your mind that you push it too far. You pushed it a little too far. He seems like a sweet guy that just has no social cues. Right. And doesn't handle rejection well.
No,
I think that's the part that's glaring, is that he does not handle rejection well.
I don't know about the sweet guy. I think he wants to be a sweet guy and then gets angry midway. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But he doesn't seem like, or maybe that's just me. Like, I don't look at the guy and I'm like, ooh, I'm immediately threatened. I'm like, dude, I could.
Well, yeah. I mean,
does that make?
But that quick change of behavior is what I don't like.
It's the rejection, right?
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't know how to handle rejection. And he immediately like, I want an answer and tell me why not and da 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 da. Like, and he tries to pass it off with humor, but it doesn't work.
No.
So I think he needs to work on why he gets so offended by being rejected. And I don't, again, it's
And
no.
sir, stop making videos like this after 25 days. Like,
Well,
after
first of
1
all, like
date.
25 days, that's a lot of time to wait for a text.
Exactly. After the first date. After, make I don't know, a funny funny video after maybe 3 months and this person just disappears, maybe, but after 1 date and not hearing from them for 25 days, like, sir, move on. Was
Well,
she
that's
the
what I'm
only person
saying.
who accepted the invite and that's why you're holding on to this? Like, I don't know, but also don't got to be condescending. Don't have to, I don't know, just that like factor, that flip, that condescending, the weird vibe.
It's that's giving the red flags that makes you uneasy. And you're like, there's something about him that's not quite right, and I can't put my finger on it.
And then talking about the short skirt and like turning it sexual, like the short skirt and let me show you my hog, and I'm just like, no. Like a major icks, major red flags, no. But yeah, I mean, I would immediate block if I would have gotten something like that.
Also, if she tells you, I'm going to text you tonight, and you don't receive the text, why are you holding on 25 days later? Like, she gave you a time frame, and she clearly didn't text you in that time frame. Also, if you were interested, you should have texted her the next day and been like, hey, following up on that bowling plan, are we still on for tell me what day works for you? Something like that would have been acceptable. But to sit down,
not the 3-day rule either. Like, he didn't have to wait 3 days either. I'm not down for that either.
No, I think that's stupid. I think it's playing games, and it's like, if you're interested, you're interested. Like, it's all right to show it. But if the person is not reciprocating, then understand it and move on. Like, you don't have to beg for a person. You know what I mean? Like, he should have just followed up with her and been like, hey, just still following up. Are we still good for our bowling date? Yes or no? Let me know what day works for you. She doesn't respond, move on.
Absolutely. And I think the chat agrees, Marissa. Let's jump into that so that we can get Helen up and let her take over.
It looks like Sal says this is obviously bait to get her to respond for the first video. Nina agrees. Hey, Jen, she says, excuse my tardiness. Nina says, this guy seems a bit unhinged, and the girl shouldn't have reposted it if she wasn't going to respond, in my opinion. Okay. How do you feel about that one?
She posted for freaking
for
views.
Clout. Yeah. She posted for views.
Yeah.
She's like, let's make some money out of this situation, which I agree. Katie says this is exhausting. It is. That's crazy. Sal says, I meant this has to be staged. So he thinks that this is staged.
I don't know. I don't think it's staged. I think he's a weirdo. I think he totally sent her those videos, and I think she posted for clout, for those views and clicks, and and she's like, oh shit, he saw it, and then it progressed. But no.
Yeah, no. He doubled down though. He was like, listen, I'm weird, and I'm gonna be proud of it because everybody was on my side. Like, okay, well then go ask one of those girls that are on your side.
They weren't. I went back in and I looked after I saw the second video. I went back to the first one and I looked, and people are, again, they're like red flags, unpopular opinion, but I can see why you ghosted him. And then people are, the beginning had me thinking you should give him a chance, but then him calling you an 8 and saying where a tiny skirt killed it, don't do it. The combined sarcasm, charm, and not giving up that easy is a plus in my book. So one person did. Other people are saying, be careful when date, and he responds this way. He had a chance to be really charming with this, but he's putting you down. I don't like it. Exactly.
Yeah. It's just giving, it's icky. I don't like it. And again, move on. Like, learn how to be rejected. That's what's going to happen when you're out there dating. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Marissa. Well, we got to get her up. And everybody, let's all take a deep breath. let's strap onto this fucking Hotmess Express. Buckle up, because here we go. Let's play her little commercial and we'll get Helen up.
All right.
Hey, Helen, our dating queen. Here's about the tea about the dating scene. From rags to green, she's got the scoop on all the regrets of the morning after dating disaster. She's seen it all with Helen behind the mic, and Joe will surely fall. So grab your headphones and lend an ear. It's Helen bringing the heat on I Hate It Here.
And she's not here.
And she's not back.
Oh, well, Helen, what the heck?
Hello.
Let's remove her until I
She
see her.
was, no, she pinged us. She said that she was feeding her dog. So maybe she's still feeding her dogs.
All right. Well, I don't know what to talk about while we wait for Helen. She clicked out completely.
Oh, okay. Well, while we get her back, let us know in the chat. Have you all ever, Erika, have you ever been ghosted?
Have I been ghosted? Yeah.
You have? Have you ghosted?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And I mean, either way sucks, right? Getting ghosted and having to do it, because then you bump into that person, you see, you're like, fuck.
Really? You bump into them? I don't ever.
Well, Vegas was a very big, small city. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, there's people that I'd be like, oh no, I'm never going out with that person again. And then you like bump into them and you're like, ooh. It's harder now because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Back then was a lot easier.
Yeah.
All right. Is she back, Helen?
Yes, she is back. We're going to add her to the stage. Helen, are you back?
There
she is.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to. My laptop died.
Oh, okay.
And I couldn't find the charger.
All right, Helen, get set up. What do you think about the ghost scene? What would you have done if you got a video like that?
I mean, guys want to see me and I don't want to see them.
She's like, duh.
But I don't know. It's just like, obviously he's just trying to create content. So he probably deserved to be ghosted. I'm not someone who ghosts. I'll be like, hey, it's really nice meeting you. I don't think we vibed. Good luck on your journey, kind of a thing. I think I had AI write something out for me. And I haven't used it in a while, so. Yeah.
Helen
She's like, good luck. She's like, good luck with your future endeavors.
Helen is very good about like not ghosting people. Like some of the stuff that she's told me, she's like, no, I'll just been like, no, thank you. Like even after first date, she's good about it. I'm just like, bye.
You guys, I've told you guys before, I discard lovers and I collect friends.
Well, maybe that's the part, right? Because I don't collect friends. I'm like, I could bump into you, and if you're dead to me, you're dead to me. Like I don't know you. You don't exist in my world. So
hold on,
that could be it.
Let me put this better so that you guys can't see my wrinkles very much. There we go. Much better.
Good.
We couldn't even see him to begin with, Helen.
No.
Look.
So it's been a while since you've been on the show because you were a busy lady.
Yes. So last we talked, I'm still with Polly.
Okay.
We've been together for 8 months now. And
wow. That's a long time.
We are as disgustingly cute still. Like, we will lay in bed just staring at each other. I love you too. Like, it's you can gag all you want, but we are so happy. So happy.
I love that for you. I really do.
Uh-huh.
I could never, but I love that for you. I know that's like, there's people that really love that, like, mushy, you know what I mean? Like that's your thing. I love it for you. If you try to do that with me, I'm like, what is wrong with you?
What do you want?
I've never been the type, but with him, it's just different. Like, this is our relationship 100%. We're not trying to build something that we know. It's just who we are with each other, and it's great. And I'm so happy with him.
Aw.
Oh, that's awesome, Helen.
I love that.
And then, so you may say, what kind of dating stories is she going to have? Well, first of all, I have a backlog of stories I've never even brought to existence. But
okay,
this is where I am in my journey right now. So I was monogamous and my boyfriend was poly. And lately I've been exploring the poly world myself. And so for some of you guys who know, in the radio chat, on station head chat, there was someone else. And that has ended.
Okay.
So that's all we're going to say.
I have a question.
Details.
Well, hold on. I have a question. What made you jump? Because I remember we discussed this at the very beginning of the relationship, where you were like, no, I'm monogamous. Like this is like that. I that's not even something that I'm interested in. What shifted for you?
I think seeing how awesome the dynamic with his wife is.
Okay.
So there's different types of poly relationships. And so you have people, there's so many terms, I swear, because everyone wants to label everything nowadays, right? So there is what's called parallel dating. So I'm dating my people, you date your people. And then there's some people date in like a closed setting. So it's like one couple dates the other couple, right?
Okay.
And then there's people who are ethically non-monogamous and E&M, and you go and date. I don't want to hear any details, right?
Okay.
And then they have more of a kitchen table poly, where eventually we all know each other, we all chat, we're all friends. Depending on how much you like each other, how much you're spending time with the partner and you and your partners and stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Okay. And you mean by they, you mean Polly and his wife?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you and somebody else, right? So like,
yeah. So if I had another partner who was like my primary partner, then maybe we all hang out, like we go to a show together, or we just hang out for a barbecue or whatever, right?
But in that setting, only two people are dating. So that would be like you and Polly, and then your partner and his wife would not.
No, so kitchen table poly is just that everyone knows each other's relationship partners.
Okay.
And everyone talks to each other.
Okay.
And it's the extent of how much do I like that person, how much you interact with them. And there's probably going to be relationships that you probably don't vibe with that person, but your partner really likes them. And you just have like more, you kind of take a step back, right? And then we've grown as a couple, and there's been moments where, the three of us hang out and there's nothing romantic between me and his wife. But, I've told him, I'm like, hey, that was just too much with your wife. Like, I appreciate the time that we have together, but I think I want more time with you, and I'm okay seeing her, but not the whole weekend, kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And so we definitely have had moments where I've expressed that to him. He's like, fine, like I get it. And so he checks in with me, like if we've hung out, whatever. He's like, are you okay with that? I'm like, yeah, this was fine. Like we went out to brunch together, right? Like if I spent the weekend, we all go to brunch together or something, or we hang out for, an hour upstairs and then, we just do our own thing, kind of a thing. So they have really good communication with themselves. There's really good communication between me and Polly. So it's working. And I think that's the key to any relationship is like communication, right?
Always. Yeah.
And I always thought, so I was dating someone before who was married, ethically non-monogamous, but he, it was like, don't ask, don't tell.
Okay.
You have the day you go out, I have the day I go out. We're just gonna leave it at that.
Okay, but then that relationship, you also had a shelf life to it. You had an expiration date.
Yes.
Which you and Polly did not do.
With Polly, we didn't do at all.
Okay.
And then with the old one, I could say that I was jealous of the wife. Never met her, but I was just like, oh, she has this life with him that I don't have, you know? And I think there was a lot of jealousy in it.
Was it because you weren't privy to it like you are with Polly and his wife? Like you just had like these, you know, what you don't see, you kind of imagine. So
yeah, and I think that was a part of it. And I think a lot of it too was their relationship was not good. So because we were together for so long, I got to hear the ugly parts of it. And I'm like, you guys don't seem like you're good together. And so I was just kind of jealous that he's not happy with that, but he's staying there for the kids. And I'm like, you're happy with me. Like, you know, it was just like, so I was just new to the world of it and stuff. So I was just like, oh, like it's different now. Right.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
And so, and I think a lot of it has to do with like Polly and his wife have like a beautiful marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've kind of like just talk about like, you know, not everyone can be everything for one person, right? So the way you have different friends for different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some of your friends are the ones who are gonna sit up and watch reality TV with you, and some of your friends are gonna be the ones that are gonna get drunk with you on a weekend, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that with the relationships. But I think it all starts with like a good baseline. So I'm gonna go open the back door.
Okay. Yeah.
This dog is driving me crazy. Hold on.
Okay.
You guys, that being said, while Helen runs and takes her dog out, do you have any questions about the poly?
Yeah. And the terminology and all of these things, because I'm learning. I'm like, what is this? What is that?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. Cool. So seeing their relationship, Helen, makes you were like, okay, then I'm now open to something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there was a lot of exploration with Polly, like just asking him questions and how did you guys start? How did, you know, all these things. And that man cannot lie to me. It's just not in his blood to lie. Like he will distract me if he wants to, but he cannot lie, right?
How does he feel about this?
Oh, he's been totally supportive. And he's always told me, he's like, whatever journey you take, I'm here to be supportive of you. He goes, if you want to be just monogamous with me, I'm happy with that. If you want to explore different things, I will support you and stuff. And so there was a relationship I explored with, and I kind of told him about it. And he's like, yeah. And so he would go on the website with me and just like look at profiles. And he's like, ooh, you know, and he's literally my bestie. And so we're just like talking about like all these things, right? So he's always he's just been really supportive. And like when a setback happens or something, he is there for me. He's like, you know, are you okay? And he'll check in with me, and like he's really attentive to my feelings. And he knows that this is a totally different world, and it could be, you know, you're exposing yourself, right? And then so after that other relationship ended, I was just like, oh, you know, and I had always told him there's no expiration date, right? But I did tell him when I was like monogamous, I'm like, well, I go, I'm going to be in this relationship until this relationship can't give me enough, you know? Because I do like being with a partner in a home, right? Like I want that familial, like come home to someone and someone always has your back and, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And again, financially, it's just nicer, but you know, but it's just like having someone to grow with and dream with and set goals with, right?
Right.
That's just very different than what we have. Is very romantic, very physical, whatever, and like very emotional in one way. But I'm not building dreams with him, right? Like I'm not.
Yeah, no, you want to be able to share. Your whole life with somebody and not have to share him.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, you know, we were looking at it, and like, I just have like this abundance of love for him that in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to lose him. And he's always told me, he goes, even if we ended romantically, he goes, I always want to be a part of your life as a friend. And we are just like we have so much fun with each other, right? So I'm like, okay. And so I thought about it a lot, and I'm like, okay, if I find someone who is also into polyamory, then maybe I can keep him and still have what I want, like, you know?
Okay.
So have my cake and eat it too, basically. So I'm like, okay, I'll give myself some time to look. And so I created a profile, and then I told him, I'm like, hey, well, I created it over a weekend, and then I told him on Monday, I'm like, hey, I created this profile. I have like a ton of people I'm talking to. And he was like, I'm so happy for you. This is great. Like, you're fine, you know? And so in my profile, I'm like, hey, so it's called solo poly when you're not partnered with someone.
Okay.
You're dating as a single person. And I'm like, hey, I am doing solo poly. I have a boyfriend I absolutely love. But I'm looking to find someone who doesn't have a primary partner. So at the moment, I'm not looking for someone who's already in a relationship with a primary partner.
Okay.
I'm looking to find someone who could eventually become a primary partner.
Okay.
And I was very clear in my profile, and I'm like, hey, if there's any couples out there, we're also looking for people in the lifestyle, not to play with, just to have common interest kind of a thing, right? Like a common mindset. And so I started chatting with a lot of guys, right? Like, and I forget how much fun I have on that app.
Helen got her roster all over again.
Helen got her groove back.
Look, it's just who I am. But opening it, and I honestly thought, I'm like, oh, this is going to be really hard. I'll give myself a long time to find someone, right? And then right off the bat, I find all these people who are super interesting, doing the same thing. We're all excited and, you know, whatever. And so I end up getting, I start chatting with a guy, and he's so handsome, like so handsome. And then I'm like, okay. And then, you know, you're always worried, like, are they out of my league? You know, whatever. And then it's like, no. And the nice thing about having Polly is he's like, you have no idea what a catch you are. Like, and he'll just like hype me up. He goes, you're great for this, 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 and this. And I'm just like, oh, thanks, babe. And so I, you know, I'm talking to different guys, and one of the guys, we're like really hitting it off. And he's like, you know, I let people know from the beginning. I don't put it in my profile that I'm a single mom, because that's kind of creepy. You don't want to
Yeah.
But once we get talking, and I'm like, hey, I just want you to know that if this is a deal breaker for you or not. But I have a 7-year-old. I do 50-50 custody.
And how far into the chats do you bring this up?
Like once I feel I'm vibing with them. So it could be a day, it could be a couple days, just depending on how much we're talking, but definitely before a date. Because I tell him, I go, if this is a deal breaker for you, no hard feelings, you can disconnect. You don't even have to apologize. Like, I'm okay. And there's been guys who just disconnect, and other guys who are like, no, it's okay. And then they disconnect later. Totally fine. Like, I don't want to be with someone who, like,
I like that disconnect and you ghosting.
Well, when you haven't exchanged numbers, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
And so I was talking to this guy, and I let him know, I'm like, hey, you know, this is my thing. He goes, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I have a 10-year-old and twin 6-year-olds. And they're like right there. It's like really close to the same age, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. And so we're like totally chatting, we're sexting, we're doing all these things. And he goes, full disclosure, he goes, I am I'm still with my wife. We're waiting to sell the house. And once the house sells, we'll finalize the divorce. I'm like, okay, cool, you know? And so we've talked about experiences, and he goes, yeah, she's open too. And she's had a lot of success. And then we never found our groove together because we opened it up. And this is something Paulie has told me. He goes, don't go for people who are trying to save their marriage because they're just a disaster. And so I'm like, okay. And so like, you know, he'll tell me, okay, find this out. And I'm like, okay. So he's like guiding me through it, but also letting me find my own space in it too, right?
So with this guy that you were talking to, you didn't find it like off-putting that he was still in the house with his wife? Like I would have been like, no, sir. Like you're a fucking liar. You're still probably together.
Because here's the thing. I've been talking to a lot of people who have been with their partners, right? So it wasn't a red flag for me, you know? And then
what in what situation would that be a red flag for you? Like what would the circumstances have to be, or is it just not a red flag for you?
I guess because it's different here. Like if it was just me dating a single person, I've learned that's a red flag.
Right.
And I guess like this scenario just didn't feel like it, right? Like, I don't know. I don't
know, girl. For me, like, don't ask me. I don't, I have zero clue. I'm asking you.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You're still like, to me, I'd be like, you're still living with your wife. You haven't finalized your divorce. Like, I don't know if you're fucking around on her. I don't know if she knows. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Like, those are the questions that I would have that I don't know that I could get past.
Marissa would disconnect.
And I think
I'd ghost immediately.
He was the guy who was probably the most back and forth with me, right?
Okay.
So we ended up having like a lunch date, and then we met at a park, and we just walked around, and we just like we had a lot of the same goals, right? And there was a lot, and he's like, and he told me what city he lived in, and he goes, yeah, my house has been on the market, but you know, it's kind of hard right now, you know, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I get it. So I go home that day, and I really like him. And so I go on Zillow and look up for houses in there. And the ones that were there, I was like, oh, these are nice houses, right?
To be fair, I would have done the same thing.
I honestly wouldn't have even thought of it. Like, good for you guys. Like,
I'm nosy, Erika. I'm nosy.
So I look up the house. I'm like, ooh, based off of his description of what he said, I think it's this house. So I send it to Paulie, and he goes, oh, well, what's his name? I'm like, his name is blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay. So Paulie has access to background check information.
No.
Okay.
So Paulie's like, I'm gonna check. And I'm like, go for it, you know? And so he looked, he goes, since we don't have all the details, he goes, what I can find about this guy, he goes, are you sure it's not this guy? He owns like a painting company. And I'm like, no, the age doesn't match. He goes, okay, yeah. And so this was like on a Thursday or something, right? And then, so that was the date on Thursday. And then on Friday, we're chatting, and he's like, I really want to see you. Can I see you this Saturday? I'm like, sure, you know, like, and so a bunch of things came up, and then we ended up going out on Friday night instead. So Paulie was going to be out that week. Oh no, we ended up going on Saturday instead of Sunday. That's what it was. So Paulie was out of town that weekend, and my sister wanted to borrow his truck. So I'm driving his truck, and
your family's borrowing Paulie's shit now?
Yes. Like, no shame, right? And Paulie is all like, sure. He goes, hey, I'm going out of town. You know the code to my house. Just grab my truck. Use it all weekend, kind of a thing. And I'm like, homeboy, this is a Tundra, long bed. You know how much gas that is? I'm like, whatever. So we ended up using the truck. And then so he's like, so we met up on Saturday and he's like, oh, let's go for a drive, or maybe we can go to these hot springs that are nearby. I'm like, okay. So we ended up like just driving around and we're
Wait, in Polly's truck?
Huh? No.
In Polly's truck? Okay.
No,
I was like, wait.
No, I was like, hey, I don't really want to drive all the way out to you. Can we meet halfway? And then we'll go in your car. I go, because I don't want to be driving this truck around. He goes, okay, yeah, no, whatever.
Okay.
So we ended up meeting like at the mall, and then we go for a drive, and we're just driving and we're flirting, and his hand just keeps going up my dress even more. And we are now in full on mode, like, let's go somewhere. He goes, let's go back to my place. I'm like, okay. So, and he had told me that he lives downstairs and she's living upstairs. So, but she wasn't there that weekend. So, so we go back to his place, and sure enough, he's all set up downstairs. I'm like, okay, well, he's here. And then one thing leads to another. We have so much fun, and we're all practicing safe rules. Because something Polly has told me, he goes, you can catch feelings, but don't catch anything else. So
facts.
And
Facts,
so so I have an absolute blast with him. He's a very big fan of my special skills.
Did you pee on his floor? Probably didn't pee on his
Almost.
floor. Okay.
More like his face.
Oh my God.
I mean,
anyways. So we end up he takes me back to the car. Like I didn't spend the night or anything. He takes me back to his car. And then on Monday when Polly's back, he's like, so how'd it go? I'm like, oh, this happened, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, okay. And then I go, I have more information for you. I go, I know his birthday now. And he's like, oh, okay. So he looks it up. He goes, yeah, this is weird. I'm like, oh, okay. And then he goes, what's his address? I go, that's the thing. I go, I'm looking on Zillow and I don't see the house that's his house on here. And he's like, yeah, that is weird. I go, so I'm looking at the neighboring city because maybe he said like the main city and not the neighboring city. And I'm like, I didn't get a good look at his house, but I know that the garage was on the right side. I go, I know the garage was on the right side, and I know he had a third car garage. And so we're like into like detective mode, right? And he goes, is it this guy? And then I knew there was that his dad had passed away a couple of years ago because he told me about it. And so I started looking through obituaries.
Oh.
And I'm like,
this is too much. I'm like so out. Like this is so much effort. Oh my God.
like fucking Blue's Clues, dude.
What's happening here? What the fuck is happening?
So I'm like digging now because I'm like, he goes, well, what's his address? I go, I don't know. So I'm like, let me check on Google. And turns out I turned off my location on Google a year ago or something when I heard a podcast that they follow you. And I'm like, damn it. I go, I don't know his address because I didn't drive to his place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, things are like now, like we're all on high alert, right? And I'm like, what is going on? So I ended up, I'm like, how do I find his address? And I couldn't figure out how to do it. It's not on, it doesn't show up on iMaps unless you like plug it in. Like iMaps doesn't just follow you. Yeah. And I'm like, how am I going to find out? And so now we're like now all the red flags are going off, right? And I'm like, what is going on here? And so I get a little message from Mile IQ. So it like helps you track miles for business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, it's the last day of the month. Get it for this much a month and we'll give you all your rights from the last month. I'm like, yes. So I fucking buy the app for like $9.
When you got there, you were just so into it that you didn't notice if there was a for sale sign in his front yard?
No, because it was late at night. We went straight into the garage. Like I just didn't notice.
Oh, I don't know.
So I find the address and I'm like, okay, the only thing I found on Zillow was an empty lot. And I know that he built his house. So that house has never been for sale. And I'm like, this motherfucker. So then I find out through voter registration what his real name is.
Where are we going? Like,
Look,
no.
oh, now I am a woman scorned is what it is. And I'm like, now I find out what his real name is because he gave me a false name. But the asshole gave me the right birthday. So now, given that we have his address, his name, and his birthday, now Polly is like, oh, I found him. He has so many speeding records, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, and at this point, I am like, I'm shook. I'm upset. I'm just like, no. And so I'm like, how do I handle it? They're like, just let it go. I'm like, no, I don't let things go.
I don't think I would have been able to let it go either.
So I was like, no, this guy, you know, and I'm like, do I go to, are we dating the same guy? You know, this and that. Then I find his wife's Facebook.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm just like, I'm so upset. And I'm just like raging inside, right? So I decided, I'm like, you know what? Because, you know, I'm like, I would have wanted to know when my ex was cheating on me. And so I ended up messaging her on Facebook because you can message anyone on Facebook. And I'm like, I didn't go through, are we dating the same guy? Because also, I don't want this to be public for her. Okay. I don't care about him, but I want her to process this however she wants to process it and not in a way that's like
hurtful to her. Yeah, like,
okay.
Put her, okay.
So I messaged her and, you know, I let her know, I'm like, hey, I was talking to your husband and we've been on a date and I just found out he's given me the wrong name and I just found out that he's married. Let me know if you want to talk about this. And just a little bit before, he had told me, like just like an hour or two before, he's like, oh yeah, I'm still really sick, because he had said he was sick. I'm like, okay. And then
wait, and you found her on Facebook?
I found her on Facebook.
Okay.
And then so then I go, like later on, I go back to the app. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna download all of his profile pics and stuff, right? In case she needs proof. Because, you know, some women, they don't want to believe it, kind of thing. So, but I went back and he had already deleted his profile. And I'm like, but I had already gotten screenshots when I was sending other people his picture. So we're good. I just wasn't
ahead of the
time. I'm like, get all the proof and receipts you need, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was the last I heard from him and her, and she never contacted me. And I was just so, it upset me for a bit. Like, and it took me like a week and a half, and then I went on another date.
I was mad for about a week, and then I got over it. Time to move on.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I know.
And during that time, he was still chatting with you, or you guys were still texting, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the thing. I remember when I got divorced, when I started dating, and I know everyone will say, oh, it's dangerous, whatever. I will always go to a guy's house first because I want to know if they're cheating. And the fact that he took me back to his place, I'm like, yeah, he's living separately, but that's fine. But yeah, so I mean, my intuitions are right still.
Well, kind of not, Helen, because I'm sorry.
Because you found out after the fact.
There's a lot of learning experience I had.
When he told you right off the bat, we're separated, but we still live in the same house, and the divorce isn't final. No. I'm sorry, you're a fucking liar. You're still with your wife. You're dicking around, and I was right. I was right. Helen.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, so lesson learned the hard way.
Oh shit.
But yeah, no, now we're yeah, there's other stories that I can't wait to tell you guys, but we're getting close to running out of time.
So
We
wait,
are.
the wife never contacted you, never.
No. Mm-mm. And I feel like we talked about this with my sister and like Polly, with everyone, because this was
multiple group chats about this.
Yeah.
There was so much going on. And everyone's like, have you heard back from him? I'm like, no. But honestly, if he was living downstairs, clearly he was. He was living in the basement. She knows what he's up
was
to.
He though?
But and how do you know clearly he was living down there? You don't know.
All his clothes were downstairs. Like that was his room.
No, what if she like overtook the closet? What if she?
No, like it was an unfinished basement, so it's concrete and like the drywall wasn't even up, just like insulation. And his bed was there, his clothes were there, there was a mirror there, like he was living there. Like it's not.
I don't see, that's the thing is you don't know that, right? As much as there's indicators, you don't know that he was living there, because if he's tricky enough to come up with this whole plot and give you a fake name and do all of these things, there's so much more that could be happening there. And the fact that if it was true that they're living separately and she knows, and you know, they're just living apart, why take you there when he knows she's not there, right? Like, why wait till she's not there for you to take you there? Like that's very iffy. I don't know. I don't think she knew.
I mean, they both can be truths, right? Like he's married and just living downstairs, like separated. And it could be he's the breadwinner and she's not. It could be like there's so many single income households.
No, it could be that he's a fucking cheater because he deleted his fucking deleted that fucking profile so fast.
Clearly.
Ghosted, was giving none of this.
What I'm saying is this probably wasn't the first time he did this.
Oh no.
She already knows that he's a lying liar that lies and has already kicked him out of their room, you know? So that's why, like, when I went over his place, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're living separately. Yeah, they're living separately. They just were never intentionally going to get divorced, and everything else was a lie.
Well, they were still in a relationship. The fact that he has a room where all his shit is in doesn't mean that they were not in a relationship, right?
And that's why she probably never contacted me, and she probably confronted him right away, because right after I messaged her, she saw my message. She saw my message and then chose.
Oh wait, can you see when they see your message?
Only if they accept you as a friend.
Okay, well,
so
I'm not like I
never
but you can message a stranger on Facebook Messenger, and unless you go into the settings. So my settings are that I don't allow for people who are not my friends to message me, and it just spams them.
Okay.
But you have to go in and fix that, right? Because you have to like make your profiles private.
Okay.
But other than that, they're just open. So clearly she had an open profile. And then I was able to get my message through because it probably didn't go through spam. And then she saw the message I sent her. And I'm sure things happened on their side that I don't know. But I'm glad I didn't pursue anything and I found out as early as I did, instead of investing as much. Like it could have been 1 to 3 months before I find out, right? So it was a mistake on my end, right? But at least now, like, we're good, you know?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it goes to show how just conniving and that person is, because he goes into this because it's a, like a poly site, right? It's strict for like the site that you were on, and he came up with this whole plot about all of these things. So he's to your point, I think he's done it before. I think he's worked out how to be a cheater, and that's what he does.
It sounds like she might visit family for the weekend or something. And he probably takes advantage of those weekends.
Yeah, I mean, and also they have children. So even if they were in this type of relationship where they were both open and able to see other people, he probably would have never taken Helen over to that house with children in there. You know what I mean?
Fair.
So, of course he had to do it when she wasn't there, but it's also because he's a liar McLiar.
You're a better person than I am, Helen, because I would have blasted him on every Facebook page, every page that I could have found.
Oh, absolutely.
I was more concerned about her.
I mean, after you reached out to her and she didn't reach out back, right? I still would have put him on blast because now he's going to do this to other people.
Exactly.
At this point, it's not even about her. It's about protecting other women
Other
that
people
are going to be potential victims.
Yep.
Yeah.
You warned her. She didn't reach out. You did your due diligence and what you felt was the right thing to do. And if you still have his information, I'd blast him. I'd still put him on blast.
Me too.
What we did find out with Polly was the name he was using was probably a family name. That's like a friend of a family, because remember, Polly found someone who was older than him that lived in that city. I'm like, no, but the age doesn't match. So he used someone he knows name who probably doesn't have an online presence. And then,
Well, no, I mean, you could, why would you be using the fake name? You'd give his real name. This is this guy. This is his real name. He uses fake aliases.
No, I'm saying when he gave me the name.
Oh, okay.
The name he gave me was someone real that exists that he probably knows.
Identity theft. Yes.
Yes.
Call the cops. Call the cops.
But he gave me enough real facts that I was able to.
Yeah, but I'm saying I would blast him with his real name that you uncovered.
Yeah. I just like, by now it's been like a month and a half. Like, I'm good. I'm over it now.
See, I hate with a vengeance, Helen.
I was about to say, well, you're a better person, because I am like, give me the information. I will
put it up
Facebook and post.
Oh, there is a story that doesn't have to do with my dating life that I would love your opinions, but I think I'm going to have to come on during another week for like work-life horror stories, because I need all the ideas, because I'm about to take some motherfuckers down. And
I love it.
I want to know what the best strategy is. And I want that hate, Marissa. I want it all.
You got it. You know who to come to when you want hate. When you want love, I can't guide you much there. But hey, I got you, girl.
Helen, well, once again, what a crazy story. I mean, my God, those 2 months, and we fucking said it before you popped on. We don't know what happened to Helen in these 2 months. We don't know. And exactly. I would have never. I think you probably got married and annulled. But this was another wild, wild ride with you, Helen. I mean, what can we say? It's never dull in Helen's life.
Never.
But is she frozen?
I don't know. I think so.
But thank you, Helen. We're going to get you down since you're frozen and can't really reply. But Helen, once again, thank you so much for sharing your stories. And and look at you being fucking detective, and
she was
like Zillowing and downloading all sorts of apps and shit,
and paying for apps too. I would have sent them a bill, be like, catch at me. I'm not paying these $10 out of my pocket. You're absolutely insane. No, that's half of the stuff I don't think I could have come up with. But I will say, like, all of this, like, it tracks you. I'm like, I've signed my life away to Instagram and TikTok, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I have to say once again, Helen, thank you for sharing your stories. Always wild. I don't even know what to say. I mean,
It was a wild one.
It was. I'm happy that she's still going strong with Polly. I really hope that she finds her primary.
Yes.
Right? That she was inspired by Polly and his wife to get a primary, and that, we don't know where Helen's life is going to take us when we touch base with her in another month.
Who knows? But as always, thank you, Helen. We love you and we appreciate you sharing your stories and your life with us. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are over, so we're going to let you all go. Again, thank you so much. If you want to share any of your stories or you want to collaborate with us, please feel free.
It doesn't have to be a Helen story. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, about anything at all. Please.
You don't need to compete with that.
No. Nobody, none of us do. None of us. Helen is the one and only. Please feel free to DM us. We'd love to have you on the show. Our Instagram handle is
at I Hate It Here HQ.
Thank you all so much for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you. We'll be back here next Thursday on our regular scheduled program for the I Hate It Here show. And any updates, on your end?
No, that's it. We'll be back next Thursday. Wait. Are we going to be back next Thursday?
Oh, wait.
Maybe, guys.
TBD.
Yeah, TBD, because it's a holiday weekend. And
yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Management schemes and toxic plans. You job's a joke, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears. Erika and Marissa have seen it all, from cubicle fights to the bathroom stall balls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here, so grab a seat, it's horror premiere. Office gossip, printer jams, management schemes and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears.